Welcome to the Deep Dive into Agile Marketing Podcast with your host, John Cass. Together, we'll take a closer look at the ins and outs of marketing through an Agile lens. You'll learn from interviews with top Agile thought leaders and practitioners and gain fresh new insights for your journey. Let's get ready to dive in.
Welcome to the Deep Dive into Agile Marketing. My name is John Cass here in Boston, Massachusetts. This podcast is a roundup of what's happening in the Agile Marketing LinkedIn group. Plus, I have a report from our roving marketing reporter, Pam Ashby, on her presentation at Business Agility Conference UK, and what's happening at the Agile Marketing Community meetup in the UK. Lastly, I talk about the forthcoming pharma or life sciences panel discussion at the Boston Agile Marketing meetup. Now, let's go to our sponsors on the Marketing Podcast Network.
My dad works in B2B marketing, but I never really knew what that meant. Then one day my dad came by my school for career day and told everyone in my class he was a big ROAS man. Then he just kept saying things like, the bigger the ROAS, the better, over and over. My friends still laugh at me to this day. I think it means calculating a return on ad spend. One thing's for sure, I'll be known as the ROAS man's kid for the rest of my days. Why couldn't you just be a fireman or a lawyer? Why? You ruined my life, Dad.
Not everyone gets B2B, but LinkedIn has the people who do. And with ads on LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people based on job title, industry, likelihood to buy, and more. Start converting your B2B audience into high-quality leads today. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/MPN to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/MPN. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
So let's start by covering what's been happening online in the Agile Marketing Linked Up group. I'm one of the moderators for the Linked Up group, and the group is open to all to talk about the topic of Agile marketing. In the last couple of months, we've seen 23 posts and over 4,800 post views. Here are some of the folks that have posted. Adam Bloom mentioned that he wrote an article that was published on the Martech website. His article was Transforming Agile Marketing and Generative AI. Check that out. Pam Ashby talked about her upcoming talk at Business Agility Conference UK. It's past now, but you can learn more in Pam's roundup report shortly. Hamed Sirasarad, a master's student at Birkbeck University, is looking for help with an Agile marketing survey for his master's thesis. If you'd like to help out, check out that post. Regina Bastista sent out a call for speakers for the Agile International Conference, AIC 2025, in March of 2025 in Miami, Florida. Again, we broke another membership record for the Agile Marketing LinkedIn group. We now have over 6,600 members. Let me give you a breakdown of the group membership by country. The top 5 countries with the highest number of members are the United States with 40% of the membership. Next, 6% are from the UK, 4% are from India, again 4% are from Canada, 3.5% are from Brazil, and the next highest breakdown of members and their countries are Germany, the Netherlands, Australia, and Italy. We'd like to see more participation from members, so wherever you're located, feel free to post content in your country's language, so long as the content is all about Agile marketing. The group is set up to encourage and evangelize Agile marketing all around the world. Next, I have our roving reporter, Pam Ashby, who gives us her roundup of her presentation on Agile marketing to non-marketers at the Business Agility Conference UK. And what's happening in the Agile Marketing UK community.
This is Pam Ashby for the Deep Dive into Agile Marketing Roundup podcast, speaking to you from Kent in the UK, the county that's known as the Garden of England. I'm a career marketer who's transitioned to become a professional coach and a marketing mentor, mostly focusing on leadership and strategic alignment. I'm founder of the Marketing Agility Community, a meetup where marketers can explore the value of an agile approach. Thinking about what's happening in the agile marketing community here in the UK, a few things immediately come to mind. The first is the Business Agility UK conference, which took place in September. It was an amazing meeting of minds, with workshops and TED-style talks that dug deep into what agility means for both leaders and teams tackling the complexity of today's workplace. The conference covered the full range of organisational functions, focusing on business agility, not IT agility. I talked about marketing's place in that, including the shift that's needed away from professional and organisational ego to shared purpose and the alignment that leads to strategic success. This seemed to get people thinking, with audience members voicing their intention to start getting marketing involved in conversations about wider agility. The thing is, it's all too easy to prioritise those activities that demonstrate our own skill and our professional prowess over the things that further the wider strategy, or to further the organisation's ego ahead of customer value. When we've got clarity of purpose, and that's scaled throughout the organisation, then this becomes a reference point that makes day-to-day decision-making easier. Marketing's about influencing behaviour change, and that needs to extend well beyond the marketing department if we're to fulfil its potential impact. A recent blog from the marketeernist Tom Fishburn reminds us of the famous quote from HP founder David Packard, who said marketing is too important to be left to the marketing department. After all, marketing has the power to connect the layers that separate organisational activity from customer value, and we don't make enough of that. Marketing is one of the functions that communicates with the customer most regularly. Our work is centred on influencing customer behaviour, so marketing insights are a vital source of feedback for other areas of the business, and our work should also be fed by customer-facing areas too. It's a virtuous circle of engagement and feedback that just starts to join the dots. It seems that increasing specialization in marketing is challenging collaboration and teamwork. Email marketing, SEO, social media, video, PR, exhibitions, events, brand, content, the marketing profession is incredibly broad. And some organizations are now benefiting from the strategic focus and cross-functionality of an agile approach to make sense of that. I also wanted to mention the Marketing Agility Community, which meets monthly to tackle together some of the challenges that are facing marketers. At this meetup, we've been shifting our focus towards the wider organization throughout this year. How marketing and technology connect and communicate is a recurring theme, and I'm hearing a lot about that from marketers and technologists alike. There's an increasing acceptance of the value of agility as a mindset and approach for marketers over a standalone formal agile process. Marketing teams seem to do well when they start where they are, using the approach to build on what they already do well, rather than having their ways of working prescribed from outside their team. The last thing I want to highlight is the Agile Business Awards. This is an initiative organised by the Agile Business Consortium, a global professional body with a UK base. There's a category where organisations can enter for an award in agility and marketing. The deadline for entries is November the 25th, so if you aren't already in the know on this, now's a good time to check it out. A quick search online should get you to the right place. So if there's one takeaway that stands out for you from this podcast, how about it could be this? We're over 20 years beyond the Agile Manifesto and over 12 years beyond the Agile Marketing Manifesto. Agile and agility are boundary spanning, beyond tech, beyond marketing, but connecting through to business agility. We can open up new possibilities and wider potential for our teams and our organizations when we build agile and agility thinking. I'm currently reading the book Influence by Robert Cialdini. I've noticed that the word agile doesn't actually occur in the book, and yet the concepts of cooperation over competition, authenticity, and the power of social proof come across very strongly. As I put it in my Business Agility Institute talk on agile marketing, this is all part of the move from the I to the we, from the team to the organization. Getting the whole organization aligned to deliver on a shared purpose and then working together to achieve that. The principles and the perspective of agile and agility give us a foundation and framework for much wider learning and improvement. It's a way of working that maximizes mutual support, skills sharing, employee engagement, so teams can foster organization-wide alignment, find the highest priorities, focus on valuable steps forward, and then finish those things together. This is Pam Ashby, reporting for the Deep Dive into Agile Marketing Roundup podcast.
I really thought Pam makes a great point about the shift that's needed from personal and organizational ego to shared purpose with customers, as that gets to the core of the marketing concept, focusing on shared value for the customer and organization. Plus, her insights that organizations that do work across departments with Agile gain additional benefits. Business agility, not just marketing agility. Thanks to Pam for the report. If you'd like to provide a roundup report, contact me to learn how you can become a stringer for the podcast. Now let's go to our sponsors on the Marketing Podcast Network.
Hi, I'm Jason Falls, the executive producer of the Marketing Podcast Network. As you probably know, Asheville and western North Carolina were nearly destroyed by Hurricane Helene in late September. The Red Cross has deemed this a Category 7 disaster, which is the largest category they give. One of our member podcasters, Patrick Casale, is on the front lines there. He's an Asheville native who is living through and witnessing the trauma, destruction, and recovery his family, friends, and fellow community members are going through. Patrick started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for relief efforts. All donations through Patrick's fundraiser go to local nonprofits who are helping with supply runs. Donations there directly impact people in need. I've given to the fund personally. Patrick has given as well, despite the fact he's having to recover too. The Marketing Podcast Network wants to help, and we know you do too. Visit Patrick's campaign at bit.ly/WNC help. The abbreviation is for Western North Carolina, WNC. bit.ly/WNC help. Any amount goes a long way. Even just $5 can provide a few gallons of clean drinking water to a family in need. Please join us in helping the relief and recovery efforts in Asheville and western North Carolina. Go to bit.ly/WNC help today and contribute. That's bit.ly/WNC help. The full URL, bit.ly/WNC help. Donate what you can. Every dollar helps.
Finally, I'm happy to announce a new Agile marketing event. In my conversations with marketers about the use of Agile marketing, a few industries pop up as high in the use of the process in support of marketer strategies and tactics. One of those is the pharma and life sciences industry. And so I'm happy to announce a panel discussion around the pharma industry and Agile marketing for the Boston Agile Marketing Meetup. I'm excited about the panel because we have four great marketing speakers on the topic, which means I think we'll provide a lot of value to the audience. The topic is using Agile to meet today's life sciences marketing challenges. I'm the host, and the four great panel experts are Peter Eccleston, Global Product Marketing Director, Radiology IT at GE Healthcare, based here in Boston. Amy Luthmeers, marketer and has been a consultant to the pharma industry based in the greater Minneapolis-St. Paul in Minnesota area. Christophe Martineau, a consultant and former pharma marketing executive based in Spain. And lastly, Jonathan Wasserman, former marketing and sales executive in pharma and current consultant and professor based in Montreal, Canada. Each one of the speakers has previously either been a guest on my Deep Dive into Agile Marketing podcast or provided a Roundup podcast. You can check out those podcasts out on this channel. The meetup is a virtual meeting, so no need to come to Boston. And it's on October 30th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope to see you there. That's all for the podcast. Again, my thanks to Pam Ashby for her great report, and thank you for joining me on the Agile Marketing Roundup podcast. Join me next time at the Deep Dive into Agile Marketing podcast.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Deep Dive into Agile Marketing podcast. Be sure and subscribe to our show and leave a review to let us know what you thought of today's episode.
You may know you're listening to this show along the Marketing Podcast Network, but did you know there are other great shows on MPN to help your business? Hennika Watkins-Porter hosts The Entrepreneurial You, empowering entrepreneurs with insights on leadership, business, and success. Hennika, tell listeners what to expect from your show.
So we provide innovative business strategies and practical solutions to common entrepreneurial challenges.
And where can people subscribe?
Find us at hennikawatkisporter.com, as well as the Marketing Podcast Network at marketingpodcasts.net, or search for it wherever you get your podcasts.
You heard her. Go subscribe. This podcast is heard along the Marketing Podcast Network. For more great marketing podcasts, visit marketingpodcasts.net.